I got a surprise package from Corsair today. I had no idea it was coming. I had no idea what was inside of it. I got no warning at all. I opened it and I just started laughing. It was just so absurd. You ready to see it? Okay. This is what I saw when I opened the box. Nobody told me this was happening. I did get a DM from Elgato on Twitter saying, hey, we're working on something new on the Stream Deck. Maybe you'll get something. That's literally the most I got. That's what I saw on Twitter. And then I got this package, no heads up, and this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen. It's got so many buttons. Look at this. I haven't even opened it yet because I wanted to unwrap it. I took the top off, and the wrapping inside looks so nice that I knew I wouldn't be able to wrap it back up just right. So the sides are cut, but I haven't opened it yet. I have to figure out something fun and just weird that I can do with this other than just filling up the buttons, because that's what everyone's gonna do. Everyone's just gonna fill up the buttons. There's gotta be something creative we can do with this massive of a canvas. Like, can we make a game on this? I feel like if you got really creative, you could make like a multi-layer game. I don't know. Either way, let's open this up. It's very snug. There we go. Their packaging is beautiful. Ooh. Okay, I can already tell one thing they've done new from the last Stream Deck is the cable is separate. It's separate, braided, and it's USB-C. Already looking better. There are a couple upgrades I'm hoping with this other than just the massive amount of buttons. On the last Stream Deck, I hate the stand. The stand is a cheap piece of plastic, and actually, I think that's it. Ooh, this is nice. Oh, and it's magnets. Oh, I like this a lot. Okay, so you can do it without this. So you can set it down flat like this, or, oh, that's on there just right too. That's nice. You can see you got a little bit of a notch there for the cable to go right through. These just look so nice when they're brand new. These little LCD like gooey buttons just glow in all these lights I have around me. It's so pretty. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go with that 4K res over there. So you plug it in over here. Yeah, it goes right in that little notch. Or you go through the back of this. You plug it in right here. Pull it through. Ooh. Yeah, you know they knew they had to upgrade that, and that is. Hold on, we got a peel here. This just gets more and more satisfying. Ooh, I don't know, nothing gets me more excited than like just gear. I guess the only thing that gets me more excited than gear is free gear. Thank you, Elgato. By the way, important to know, this is not a sponsored video. They're not paying me for this video. They did send me the device for free, but I am not required to say anything. If there's something about this device that I hate, I'll tell you, and I will give you my honest opinion at the end. They did the chassis perfectly. The regular Stream Deck chassis has like so many different heights and cheap plastic legs. You don't need that many settings. You gotta stand up and you gotta flat. That's still a little bit tilted, and that is, I'm very impressed. Wait, I have an idea. Are you guys still here? I actually left for 2 days. I had an idea, and we spent the last whole day working on it. And look, if you're watching this video, you're probably already familiar with the Stream Deck. And the Stream Deck XL is basically a massive and very well redesigned version of it, but it's essentially the same product, but it's got just this massive real estate on it. And since they launched the original Stream Deck, they've added a lot of really cool software updates to it to really make it this honestly, I think a great product. One of those additions being GIF support, GIF support, I don't care what you call it, but they made it so you could actually add GIFs as your button LCDs. They also added something called wallpaper mode, where you can upload to their website an image, it'll cut the image into the individual squares, and it creates a wallpaper. So we thought, with all this massive screen real estate here, what if we took those two things and combined them? And well, anyway, that's what we did. Check this out. All I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out really cool. So we made 3 of these animations, by the way. We have the spinning Alpha Gaming logo, we have an original Mario Bros animation wallpaper, and of course, we have a PewDiePie next meme, next stream animation for your Stream Decks. The way I set these up, by the way, is I set the GIFs to be on my Stream Deck home screen, and then I set folders that I needed to get into in the corners so I can just tap them and get into all my commands. But yeah, feel free to download any of those and install them on your Stream Decks. Look, if you're familiar with the original Stream Deck at all, you're gonna be familiar with the new one. It's basically the exact same thing, but with some serious upgrades to the design. But I've been using the Stream Deck since pretty close to when it first came out, and it's become one of my favorite devices for a specific reason, and I want to address something that's very important for new streamers coming up. Usually when I talk about the Stream Deck, I get one of 2 responses, either a very positive response because it is a really great product, or I get people who say, what's the point? Like, can't you just do that with a 10 key, like a $20 10 key or 12 key and macro software? And kind of, yeah. And especially when it first came out, because a lot has changed over the last year or so since the original Stream Deck has come out. It used to be just hotkeys and maybe some integrated APIs with Twitch and Streamlabs and Twitter and a couple other things. But for the most part, it was just a hotkey thing. Since then, they've added a ton of really cool software, including a third-party SDK, so other developers can create their own Stream Deck buttons and commands. And personally, one of the biggest changes that I think has been added to it over time is something called multi-events, essentially multi-step macros. I've done a whole video on how I use that tool to create really advanced transitions that you can't just normally do in OBS, including turning on an animation, having a source come in underneath it, turning off the animation, then actually switching again to another, like to a third scene, so it looks like the text is fading in because it's actually another fade transition. Anyway, you can do a lot of really cool stuff like that since they released multi-action events. I think that's what they're called, multi-action events. But I think when it comes to new streamers deciding on if it's worth buying or not, I think there's something that's really important for people to understand. Because while it is a great product, it's what I would call a convenience product. Meaning it doesn't do a required thing like a capture card does. If you want to connect your nice camera to your stream, you need a capture card. If you want to connect a 2-PC setup or a console to a streaming PC and you want it to look decent, you need a capture card. This is something that can be done with third-party software and cheap hardware. But there's a catch to it, because I spent days before I bought my first Stream Deck trying to do that, trying to rig up like an extra number pad to add macros and multiple functions, and I ended up downloading 3 or 4 different sets of software until I found one that worked, and it took an hour just to get one set up right. When you're trying to do something really cool and creative, like make a mind-blowing transition that has multiple steps that are all programmed into a single macro, but programming that macro takes extra time, it can really distract from the creative process. This device is definitely a premium device that you can do with cheap products, but it does it incredibly well. And creating macros is something that only really advanced computer users are able to do properly, whereas a device like this opens the door for anybody to be able to do it, and anybody to be able to do it in minutes. It's as simple as dragging and dropping and adjusting a couple delay numbers, and you have a beautiful macro setup. And you guys know me, you know I love pushing the limits of where I can go creatively. Do I want to add some special code to my alerts? Do I want to make, you got that thing above my camera and my stream with the rotating function that I gave to you guys. I like pushing the limits of what I can do. And if I have a product that allows me to focus 100% on the creativity and less on the actual functionality of it, I'm able to create a much cooler product. That being said, if you are a new streamer and you are on a budget, I would say, and I want to think that Elgato would actually agree with me. I mean, if you're using a really cheap webcam, you're still using the mic built into your headset, and you have $250 to spend, and you're considering, keep throwing this on the ground, I need to just hang on to it, and you're considering getting, a Stream Deck XL, my thought process would be spend that $250 on a Brio and a nice microphone and really up the quality of your stream. Something that's front facing, something that the viewers are gonna notice much more than you. And once you have those things in place, get yourself some awesome tools like a Stream Deck. My advice is to always spend your money on devices that your viewers will notice rather than yourself. Now I can drop this. Which leads me to the cheapest Stream Deck that Elgato has ever released, and they're releasing today. If you can't afford an actual Stream Deck, but you want the Stream Deck experience, you want the creative opportunities, it is either $3 a month or $25 a year, and it is Stream Deck Mobile. And it's super easy to set up. I'm sure they'll do a YouTube video much better than I will, but essentially you add a new phone to your Stream Deck right in the Stream Deck app. You download the app on your phone and it gives you a QR code that you just snap right in your camera. And then it just grabs a profile off your app and you're ready to go. It literally took me 30 seconds to set it up. And look, there it is. Watch this, ready? Did you see that? See the light turn off? Turn it back on, turn this one off. It's very good. It's got the layout of the 15 key with the 3x5, which makes it equivalent to the $150 model, but it's only $25 a year. So essentially the only way to not get your money out of this is if you use this for over 6 years. Plus you can use it vertically, so if you have yourself a phone charger, you go ahead and set this up on the stand so it's charging the whole time, and you got yourself a $25 a year Stream Deck. I think that's a great solution. Very excited about both these products that Elgato are releasing today. I think they did a great job. I do think it is not the first accessory you should buy, but I do think it is a great product that opens the doors for a lot of really creative solutions. Like I said before, if you want to download any of these animated wallpapers that we made before, they're all available in the Designs and Sounds text channel in the Alpha Gaming Discord, link down below to join. And if you have any suggestions, want to stop by the stream, want to ask me any questions, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Link to my channel down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this, I hope this helps, and as always, happy streaming.
I watch your YouTube videos,
My man!
New kill leader.
This isn't the real Harris Taylor though. This isn't the real Harris Taylor. That was just an auto-generated name.
Pepe hands, dude.